God was there with us all along, and that this is the story I tell. This is the story, that he was there. Look, at the time it might have seemed like a valley, but he was always there. And this morning, before we started, I just wanted to, if we can, if we're not too intimidated, just give a quick testimony of your life and how you came to him. Just a couple lines. And I can start. I would just say, some of you may not know, I left home at 16, and I was broken and I was dark. And almost 5 years later, the Lord Jesus Christ opened up my eyes, and he has made my life better every single day since then. And that's who he is. That's who our God is. And somebody else.
I'll go, thank you. I was 21, turning 22, and I knew I was in darkness because I just had no joy or peace in my life. And I thought the best thing there is marijuana. And Jesus made himself real to me, and life's never been the same. And I stopped smoking marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
You nutty.
It's a one-step program. No 12 steps needed.
I was 4, turning 5.
Praise the Lord.
When I just was like overwhelmed with, like I just got, like I all of a sudden realized the sin nature and how that worked, and I was overwhelmed with like grief or remorse. And so I went to my mom and I like told her, that I think I need Jesus. So she helped me do a prayer or whatever. But I think just that simple, I saw my need, and I knew he was the Savior already because I've been in church since I was 2 weeks old probably. So just having a wonderful mother to help you walk through the process was pretty cool.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen, amen.
Well, I'll have a head start. Catherine Jacobs, my parents were Christians, and lived Christian lives, and so at age 7, and as it happens, we sat down in the Baptist church a few rows from the front. And so, as you know, you must go to the, and when the pastor extends the message, you must get up and go. This speaks for your public expression. So, at 7, there's a long distance between 7 and anyway, he brings you back. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Multiple times.
Multiple times.
It was.
Grace.
No lie, he won't tear down. Amen.
And I was 6, and my mom was part of the charismatic Catholic movement. So I was made many weekends to just entertain myself while everybody was doing their charismatic thing. We would most of the time be the house where the priest would stay and be sponsored and all that stuff. And I remember there was a group of adults and they were all praying, and he said, "Who wants to receive the gift of speaking in tongues?" And I was 6, and I was like, cool. So I sat in a chair with the grown-ups, and I just put my little hands out, and I remember him coming over, and I remember, him just whatever they say, when they're just like, just let it go, speak to God, tell him you love him, all this stuff, and something like unclogged that day, and just because our journeys aren't perfect, and they're not, but it was always the anchor pulling me back in, and that started a really good relationship for me because I told you guys that I was a little insomniac and had a lot of fears growing up, so I would spend my nights talking to Jesus, and I felt like it was okay to talk to him, you know. So it was like, I don't know, I was given permission that day to just speak freely, you know. So
Beautiful.
yeah. So, but again, long way.
Yes.
Bumpy
Circuitous
roads, right?
roads,
With some
yeah.
bruises
Yeah.
and scraped up knees, but you know what? I always come crawling back, you know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty needy that way. So.
He was there. He was there. And that's the story we tell. He's always there. He's always there calling. Anybody else want to share?
Well,
I'm sorry. I grew up in a house where we went to church, but for me it felt almost like I was being punished on Sundays. And when my parents were, when I was around 10, they stopped going to church. So I essentially grew up without any sort of a church experience, although I never doubted that there was a God and that Jesus was real. I just couldn't bring myself to believe in him. And then I met this wonderful woman, and my faith journey really started, and got baptized on Easter weekend after we got married, so a little over 20 years ago. But it really wasn't until we started coming here that I really fully committed and dove in and stopped holding back a little.
well, I was raised Catholic, and I was very, I was always talking to, I was very faithful with the Virgin Mary, and I bring a flower and ask her to change me because I knew I was very wild. I always had a wild life most of my life. So, but I wanted to change. I want to be better. I don't want to drink. I don't want to do this, all this crazy stuff. And but I was always asking, knocking, looking for God, but I was in the world at the same time, mostly doing business, any kind of business. And then one day I was ready to go, I was going to move to Brazil. I sold everything, and I said in my head, I'm going to make so much money and so many beautiful women in Brazil, I was going all these things. And then something happened before in an apartment. Somebody got killed, and they were asking me because I rented that apartment to this guy, and the guy that got killed. Anyway, they knew it wasn't me, but they thought I knew who the guy killed them, and I didn't know. I told them I don't know. I don't want to lie, but anyway, they were pestering me all the time with that. And when I tell them, look, I'm gonna go to Brazil. I was so stupid, and they put me in jail. You say, if you don't talk to tell us who killed this guy, we're gonna put you in jail. I said, well, put me in jail because I'm not gonna lie. And they put me in jail. I couldn't believe it. But it was all God, because when I was there, when I was praying, I got the lawyers and everything. I was ready to give up. I said, well, I'm going to stay here, I guess. And then finally, I was a Christian before that. I started, I gave my heart to Jesus, but I was at the world at the same time. I had one foot here, one foot there, and I wasn't being straight. So I was like, God showing me the way. And then I felt really convicted one day, and I opened the Bible, and it said right away, it said, woe to those that say that I'm going to do this and that, I'm going to go to that city, and I'm going to do this without knowing that the life is like a fog. You never know what's going to happen next. And that hit me so hard. And then I was feeling really like a leper. I had so much sin, so much things in me. And I opened up, and I heard, it was, I think James, that when it says the leper comes to Jesus, I said, if you want, you can clean me. And I felt like that, I felt in my, and I told him, Jesus, if you want, you can clean me. And he cleaned me. And I felt his touch. I felt totally changed. After that, forget, I was another person. When I came, I didn't drink anymore. I was too much, I had girlfriends. I forgot about, I decided to have a clean life, and I had a thirst to learn the Bible, to learn everything about God. So that was after a little while, I was free to go, and then nothing happened. So, but I stay here in New York.
Anybody else want to share? And then I also prayed for somebody else that was not supposed to live, and it was a child that was in an accident, and he lived and was rehabilitated.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can't talk me out of him.
Awesome.
Knew he was real. Amen. Amen. Well, we've got some more of our family come in. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Amen. Well, I just think sometimes we forget the supernatural power that God exerted to open our eyes. That, you know, we see a world that a lot of people don't know him yet, and yet He's right there.